So good morning, everyone. Glad you can make it. It's Tuesday, and it won't be too bad. When it gets toward Tuesday, I kind of conjure up a plan, right, in my brain, and usually that the plan I stick to the plan kind of, but I will either tone it down or step it up depending on the mood I'm in, I guess, when I'm on the mat. But I'd like everyone to get comfortable. So you can lie down, or you can sit in your chair, or you can be on the mat, seated on the mat. And let's all take a deep breath in. Open the mouth and let it go. And just release as you exhale. And a second deep breath. And exhale. So just notice coming into the space and coming into what you sense in the body. Notice that if you have pain, just notice the pain, that discomfort, sore muscles, whatever it might be. If stiffness is in there, just notice. And you can shift and move, finding more connection with the earth. Notice the flow of the breath. And just soften, find tightness in the body. Just start from the face and move down through the shoulders, the hips, the legs, the feet, the arms, the fingers, and just let it go. Yes, and gently open the eyes. You can move a little bit. With our hectic life, we don't often just take a minute or two to just be silent. Coming back to the mat. When I popped down there, my knees, both knees popped. Oh, good. All right. So let's take an inhale here and then turn the gaze over the right shoulder and then let the chin drop toward the shoulder. As you exhale, release. And the head comes up into center, and now take the gaze toward the left. Let the chin drop. And bring the head up into center. Exhaling, let the chin move down toward the chest. Draw the head up and out of the shoulders. Inhaling, the head up. And now just let the gaze drift up to the ceiling, drawing the shoulders back. And move the jaw forward. Yeah, a little stretch in the throat. Bring the head back up. And then let the right ear drop over toward the right shoulder. The left arm can extend, fingers down on the floor or extended toward the floor. So the extended arm is active. Drawing that left shoulder down, inhaling, bring the head back up, and now left ear toward left shoulder, extending the right hand. And and bring the head back up. Let the chin just gently come down toward the chest, then move the chin toward the right shoulder, and then center and left, and center to the right, and center, chin left. And bring the chin to center, inhale, and bring the head back up. Good. Let the shoulders come up toward the ears, and then draw the shoulders back and down, pressing the heart forward. Gently move the head so the neck doesn't lock up, and then let the shoulders release. Inhaling, bring the shoulders back up, and then the shoulders come back and down. Exhaling. And one more time, lift the shoulders to the ears, and then shoulders back and down. Just hold the shoulders back. Breathe into the upper back. One more breath. And release. Good. All right. Arms come wide. And now turn the palms toward the top of the mat. Spread the fingers wide. Again, always as you reach wide, you draw the arms to the shoulders so that the shoulder muscles are active here and the arms are active. And as you inhale, take the hands back. Let the gaze come up toward the ceiling. Point the fingers behind you. And as you exhale, take the hands to the knees, chin toward the chest, rounding back. Let it all go. Inhaling, lifting back up, taking the arms wide and back. Exhaling, hands to the knees, chin toward the chest. And one more time, reaching wide, hands draw back. And exhaling, hands to knees. A gentle rounding. And inhaling, come back up to center. Good. Lift up tall. Take a breath. Bringing the head in over the shoulders and the shoulders over the hips. Top of the head reaches. And bring the left hand across, the right hand behind. Lift up. Then let the shoulders go as you twist to the right. Inhaling, come to the center, take the right hand across, and exhaling to the left. Inhaling, come back to the front. That twist to the right now, and if you choose, you can extend that right arm all the way back toward the back of the mat. Inhaling, come to center, and now to the left, reaching back. And inhaling, coming back to the front. Good, all right. So bring the right hand out, lift up tall, draw that arm in, spread those fingers wide, reaching forward now. And then take that right hand up toward the ceiling. Drawing the right shoulder back, turn the palm toward the top of the mat, and now just let that right hand drift back toward the back of the mat, back and up. And then bring the right hand back up to the ceiling. Take the left hand and bring it down and out, arcing to the left. Both sits bones on the mat. Again, reaching up and out. Let the gaze drift down toward the left hand on the floor, keeping the right shoulder back. And bring the gaze back up. And the right hand back to the ceiling, reach up there, and then release the right arm down and move the shoulder, and you're going, wow, that I was getting tired doing that. So extend the left hand out in front. Take that breath. And as you inhale, Take the left hand up to the ceiling, reaching. Turn the palm toward the front and draw that left hand back. Still following it back there with the eyes, but don't be too tough on the neck as you gaze back. And bringing the left hand back up to the ceiling, turn the palm in, the right hand down, and now arc right. And let the gaze turn down toward the right hand on the floor, still pressing the left sits bone into the mat. And the gaze comes back up toward the ceiling. The left hand back up, still reaching, still strong. And then release the left hand down. Ah, good. So now just bicycle the shoulders, move the arms, do the hands. Good. Bring the hands out in front, palms down. And then turn the left fingers up toward the ceiling and bring the right hand to the fingers. And just gently draw those fingers back toward the left shoulder. Pressing forward with the left heel of the hand. Trying to maintain good flexibility in the wrists, no pain. And then release that side, and then turn the right fingers toward the ceiling. With the left hand, gently draw the right fingers toward the right shoulder, pressing forward with the heel of the right hand. You're breathing. And then release. Again, spread the fingers wide, palms down toward the floor. Staying tall. Now bring the palms together, the hands together. And as you inhale, let the hands drift up toward the ceiling, following them up there as you inhale. And now turn the palms out, exhaling. Hands and arms come down. Good, all right. So as you bring those hands up, when you bring them up from the sides, you get a catch in your shoulder, then you can do this a different way. So as your hands are up here, fingers reaching to the ceiling, if the wide reaching is bothering you, turn the palms forward and just exhale the hands forward and down. And then turn the palms up to the ceiling and lifting the hands back up. And exhaling, bringing forward and down. Good, all right. So just breathe. So there's a couple of ways that you can do that to keep the arms active and also stretch the shoulders without hurting the shoulders. So good, let's bring the arms wide and now bring the right arm across the chest and bring the left hand under to that right shoulder and gently draw the right arm in. The right fingers are spread. Inhaling, take the arms wide and then bring the left arm across and the right hand under, taking the right hand to the left shoulder, gently drawing that left arm in. We're moving to sensation, not pain. And of course, what's pain? Well, anything that hurts, I guess. And then go ahead and release and bring the hands back down to the thighs, lift up tall, draw the chin in, draw the shoulders back and breathe. Bring the hands behind, interlock the fingers, interlace the fingers, press the heels of the hands together so you're squeezing the hands. The thumbs are at the sacrum, just resting on the sacrum back there, the bony part just above the bottom. And then draw the shoulders back, bring the elbows toward the center. Good, all right. And bring the hands over to the right. Take the right elbow back toward the back of the mat. So you're drawing that elbow toward the center of the right elbow, toward the center of the mat. And bring the hands to center. Take the hands over to the left. Now the left elbow points toward the back of the mat. Bring the hands to center. Now straighten the arms. Really squeeze those upper arms into the back, into the sides of the back. Strong. Reaching back with the hands. And then release and bring the hands around to the front. And I got some ribs that kind of popped when I did that. So do some circles here. Take the heart forward and then take the body out to the right. And then round back, chin toward the chest, and then move to the left and come forward. Head lifts. And as you exhale to the right and back, the chin drops. Coming to the left and forward, gazing ahead, exhaling back. And now come the other direction, coming to the right and forward, and to the left and back. And when you get to the back the next time, just let the chin release toward the chest. Relax the arms, hands cupping the knees, breathe. And on your next inhale, gently round back up, drawing the shoulders back and down. And come over onto all fours into table. And remember to spread the fingers wide, open those thumbs, grip the mat with the fingertips. Strong, feeling down through the palms of the hands and through the knees, the tops of the feet, or the toes can be curled under if that's better for you. And we'll do our moving cat-cow. Inhaling, take the gaze ahead and draw the elbows in toward the center. Exhaling, let the head drop as the hips move back toward the heels. Little space here for the belly between the knees. Bring the elbows down as you inhale, come forward and up. Exhaling, the round and the hips move back. Inhaling, coming forward and up. And exhaling back. And one more. Moving forward, lifting back up. And exhaling round, and the hips come back. And coming up, back up into our table. Remember that yoga is nothing more than moving in coordination with the breath. So as long as you're moving and breathing, you're doing yoga. So make it your practice. So inhale, and now as you exhale, let the hips move to the left as you gaze past the right shoulder toward the back of the mat. Inhaling, come to center, and exhale, take the gaze to the left. Inhaling, come back to center. One more time, exhaling, take the gaze right. And center and gazing left. And coming back to center. Good, just move here in table. Good, extend the right leg with the toes down and press back through the right heel. Try to keep the hips relaxed as you stretch the back of that right leg. And then lift the right leg, hip height, lift it off the floor, extending the left arm into awkward pose. And you can stay right here, or you can reach back to that right foot with the left hand, lifting the right knee up toward the ceiling. And you can lift the gaze a little bit further out in front. And then come back to awkward pose. And now bring the hand and the knee down, take a breath. Come back to your resting pose if you choose. Yeah, good. Extend the left leg, toes down. And let the left hip release. Gently pressing back. And then bring the left foot hip height, extending the right arm, reaching. And those left toes point straight down. That's that inner rotation here in the left thigh. And bending the left knee, you can reach back with the right hand, find the toes, and then gently kick the foot away, lifting the foot to the ceiling as you gaze ahead. And then release, extending. One more deep breath. And then bring the hand down, the knee down. Open the knees, bring the hips back. Bring the arms in into your resting pose. Lifting the head, walk the hands up toward the top of the mat. Still reaching forward now, hands shoulder width, fingers spread. And let the head go. So the hands are pressing down into the mat with the elbows lifted. And as you inhale, lift the hips, come up and forward, bring the elbows in toward the center. And now you're in knee plank. Shoulder blades on the back. Breathe. Exhale, coming back now toward those heels with the hips. Inhaling, coming up and forward, knee plank. Strong here. Exhaling, take the hips back. And inhaling, coming up and forward, knee plank. And from here, you can do a couple little half push-ups. So bend the elbows, keep the elbows in tight to the body, lower halfway, press up. Exhaling, lower halfway, and press up. And lower halfway, and press up. Take a breath here in knee plank. And now exhale and take the hips back toward the heels. And again, your resting pose. So come back up into table now. Take the breath. And extend the right arm straight out to the side. Fingers are spread, palm faces down toward the floor. As you inhale, lift the right shoulder. Gentle twist here, opening the heart to the right, gazing up toward the lifted hand. Breathe. And exhale and bring the right hand down back into your table. And then extend the left arm to the left and open the heart to the left. And exhaling, the left hand back down into table. Good, all right. So let's bring the right foot to the top of the mat. Just kind of step it way up there into a low lunge. And just gently let the hips kind of settle down toward the mat, lifting the gaze straight ahead now. Take a minute here and breathe to let the hips kind of release. And again, blocks or books or whatever under your hands if you need to get lifted a little bit so the shoulders are higher than the hips. Good. Now bring the hands to that bent knee, that front knee. Draw the shoulders back. And then lift into crescent lunge, taking the hands and arms to the ceiling. And bring the hands in prayer to the heart. Good. Bring that left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. Take the right elbow up toward the ceiling. Still staying low in our lunge. And remember, you're only using what you need to use to make this work. And bring the hands to center and down to the blocks of the mat. Take a breath here and release. And now straighten that right leg, draw the right hip back. And the toes are down on the mat. And you're just kind of putting the belly on that right thigh so you can feel the belly touching the thigh. Stay long through the spine. And then flex that right foot, toes point up toward the ceiling. You keep a little bend in the right knee. Now coming back forward into low lunge. Again, letting the gaze lift as the hips settle. Bringing the shoulder blades onto the back. And now curl the back toes, press back through that left heel, lifting the left knee, And now the gaze is just off the top of the mat. You're gazing down, you're getting long from the top of the head to the heel of the left foot. Strong here. One more deep breath. And bring the left knee down. Bring the right knee back beside the left. And come into your resting pose, and that can be hero, moving the hips back toward the heels onto a block, or come down into child's pose. Another name is called wisdom. And just breathe. And coming back forward into table, bring the left foot to the top of the mat. Step it way up there. Again, taking a couple breaths as you let the hips settle, and then the gaze gently lifts straight ahead. Shoulder blades stay on the back. Spine is long here. Good. When you feel nice and stable, bring the hands to the left knee. Lifting up here, staying low though, at the hips, and into crescent lunge. And bring the hands in prayer to heart. Staying tall. Bring the right elbow across. Lifting the left elbow up. And you might think of a straight line from the top of the head to the right knee. And bring the hands to center and down to the mat. Again, take a breath, lift the gaze. And as you exhale, straighten the left leg. Draw the left hip back. Press the belly into the left thigh. And now flex the left foot, toes toward the ceiling, still staying long through the spine. Biter fingers. And now move back forward into the low lunge, lifting the gaze, take a breath. And curl the back toes, pressing back through the heel into high lunge. And now we're strong here, strong through that back leg, still keeping the hips low. Long line, top of the head through the right heel, or that right shoulder to the right heel. Only using what you need to use. One more breath. And bring the right knee down, bring the left knee back beside the right. And find your resting pose or table, whatever works for you. Move here. If you're in table, I like to move, taking the hips side to side. And curl the toes, come up into downward facing dog. Yeah, just lift those hips straight up to the sky. Keep the knees bent. And then let the heart move back toward the knees. Just press with the hands and let the head go, gently moving the head to keep the neck relaxed. And then work the heels. And here's one you can try. Leave the left hand on the mat. Take the right hand across to the outside of the left calf. Look under the left arm. And bring the right hand back out. Bring the weight over onto the right hand and take the left hand across to the outside of the right calf. Looking under the right arm. And bring the left hand back out. Back to our downward dog. One deep breath. And step the feet toward the hands. Come up to half lift. Yeah, long through the spine. Shoulder blades on the back, looking straight down. Breathe. Now exhale, bend the knees, forward fold. Let the head release. Again, working the heels and the weights forward on the feet. And then press into the mat with the feet, bend the knees, round up. Bring the shoulders back. Arms are strong, coming wide and lifting toward the ceiling. And exhale into mountain pose. Wow, okay, yoga flop. Try to smile while you're doing your yoga. You're doing such good things for yourself. Press down into the mat with the feet. And you can bend the knees as you get that sensation of pressing down and then lifting up tall. Our spinal flow. So open the arms wide, lifting back up. Remember, the arms can come out in front and up. And now exhale and take the right arm down, arc to your right, draw the left shoulder back, gazing up. Inhaling, bring the right hand up. And exhaling, left hand down, arcing left. And inhaling up. Bring the arms wide, turn the palms up, twist to your right. Looking back. And inhale up. And exhaling, that twist to the left. Ujjayi breath. Inhaling up. Exhale the hands together, coming through the heart to forward fold. Let the head go. And then really bend the knees, bring the hands out in front. Press into the mat, lifting up. Exhaling, hands back. Inhaling up, take the gaze straight ahead, reaching, and exhale the hands into mountain pose. Good, all right. We'll do our sun salutation B or A, and you can do this in the chair, by the way. You don't have to do this all the way down to the floor. If the chair seat is facing you, you just bring your hands to the seat of the chair instead of down to the mat. So mountain pose, inhale the hands up. And then exhaling, hinge into forward fold. Lift the hips, belly on the thighs. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands to the chair or the mat, stepping back into plank. Inhaling in plank. And from the knees of the toes, exhale and lower. And release the toes. Inhale into cobra. Breathe. In the chair, this is upward dog. And then exhaling, back and up, or up and back into downward dog. Two more deep breaths in down dog. And then step the feet toward the hands. Come to half lift as you inhale. Exhale, fold. And now get long through the spine. Bend those knees, arms wide. Inhale and lift. Exhale, mountain pose. Ah, yeah, good. And just step it out. Move. So we'll do warrior one here. Step back with the right foot. And you can have those feet separated side to side, 2 lanes. I call it 2 lanes for the feet. And then bend the front knee. Shoulders and chest face the top of the mat. But as you press back through the outside edge or the heel of that right foot, your right hip bone is moved back slightly. Then get tall and see the big toe to the inside of the left knee, strong through the back leg as you lift into warrior one. And take the hands wide, hinge at the hips, and come into airplane. Bringing the belly down to that bent knee or down to that left thigh. Gaze straight down. And let the hands come down toward the floor. Reach out in front, staying strong, lifting the hands back, warrior one. And bring the hands in prayer to the heart and step the right foot up. Good. Take a breath. And step back with the left foot. 2 lanes for the feet. Bending that right knee, keeping the knee over or behind the heel of the foot. Strong through the back leg. And inhale into warrior one. Weight is balanced evenly on both feet. And now arms come wide, hinging into airplane. Press the belly down and the gaze is straight down. And the hands come down toward the floor, out in front, lifting back up, warrior one. And the hands come to prayer at the heart, staying tall. And then step the left foot up beside the right. Good. Let's move down to finish up here. So pressing down with the feet, coming into mountain pose. Inhale up. Exhale, hands come wide or out in front, and hinge down to forward fold. And come to half lift. And then step or float back into plank. Take a breath. And then exhale down. One more time, you can release those toes. You can come into cobra or modified cobra or upward dog. And then exhale and come back into table. And bring the feet around to the front. A little strength posture here. So the heels are touching and the balls of the feet are touching. And you're flexing those feet with the toes pointed back toward your face. And then lift up tall. Legs are active now. You can feel the muscles tight in the quads, thighs, in the calves. Bring the hands down by the hips. Fingers point toward the top of the mat. And now just press down into the mat with the hands to take a little bit of weight out of the bottom. So you're kind of just easing up just a little bit and breathe. One more breath. Then release. Bend the knees, a little bend in the knees. Exhale, take the belly forward. Staying along through the spine. Coming into seated forward fold, but the spine is long here. So you're really pressing the belly forward. Shoulder blades on the back. And now release the head down toward the knees. And just breathe. Move the heels if you want more sensation. Belly's always on the thighs. Remember that. The belly's always touching the thighs in forward fold. So you bend the knees as much as you need to make that happen. And inhale and come back up. And the reason we do that is we want the low back to be long, very, very little bend in the low back, because the low back is sensitive, and you need to be gentle with the vertebrae in the low back. So excessive rounding of the low back is not a good thing. Good. Bring the feet about halfway in and come into your Navasana, your boat pose. Breathe. And remember, you can have one foot on the mat. You can extend all the way if you choose. And then lower down to canoe. So the shoulder blades are off the mat. Legs are strong and lifted. Fingers reaching toward the top of the mat. One more breath. And then exhale all the way down and release the head down to the mat. All right. So here we are. Bring the soles of the feet together with the knees wide. Good, and breathe. Bring the knees to the ceiling, and now draw the knees all the way into the chest and extend the feet straight up to the ceiling. So this is our inversion. And let the legs go wide. Point the toes out. And then bring the hands in prayer between the wide legs. Lifting the shoulders, the gaze is now between the legs toward the extended hands. Breathe. Pressing up through the heels. One more breath. And exhaling. Take the hands and bring the feet together, still up toward the ceiling. Let the head release back down to the mat. Strong through the legs, one more breath. And then bend the knees and bring the feet down to the mat. Again, bring the soles of the feet together. Reclining cobbler. Turn the palms up and breathe. Bring the knees up to the ceiling. Turn the palms down toward the mat. And we'll just do some gentle bridges here. So press into the mat with the feet, and the hips lift up toward the ceiling. And exhale and bring the hips down. Press with the feet as you inhale, lifting the hips. Exhale down. And one more bridge, pressing as the hips lift. Maybe just a little higher. Finding maybe some sensation in the upper quads. And exhale and bring the hips down. Ah, yes. Bring the left ankle onto the right knee and come into figure 4. Flex the left foot, reaching through with the left hand into figure 4. And now release the right foot down, release the ankle, bring the right ankle onto the left knee, flex that right foot, and figure 4. And bring the left foot down, release the ankle. Good. Take the arms wide, palms down, with the feet all the way into the hips, or the feet can be mat width. Let's do mat width today. So the feet are wide, and then let the knees fall over to the right. Turn your gaze to the left. And then just breathe and release. And the knees to the ceiling. Take the knees left, gaze right. And the knees to the ceiling. Extend the left leg, or you could keep that foot on the floor, but bring the right knee into the chest. Good. And draw it a little bit over toward the right shoulder. And then release the right knee, bring the left knee into the chest and a little toward the left shoulder. And good. Bring the right knee in beside the left, gently rock side to side. Draw circles. Open the knees wide with the hands. And good. Bring the feet down, legs long, reaching back with the arms. Inhaling deeply, full body stretch. And exhale into your Savasana. Find that comfortable position. And then just release. Teeth are parted, face is soft. Shoulders, chest, belly, hips, legs, feet, and toes all relaxed. Arms, hands, and fingers.
So deepen the breath, stretch if you'd like, move. And when you're ready, you can come over onto one side, coming back up. So thank you and namaste. I'm going to cut off the recording.